everybody, Victor Lane with you right here, and we're at the Chicago Comic-Con Wizard World 2010. We are in the Artist Alley, and, well, a man who has eluded us for a couple of years now. We finally have roped and tied him, and we got him on the show, folks. For those of you who don't know who he is, where the heck have you been? His name is Mark Texiera. I get the name correct?
Yes.
Next, okay.
I'm off season from the Yankees right now. So.
Off season, there you go. And who has done artwork for the comic book industry for wow, for quite some time now. How long have you actually been in the industry doing stuff?
I'm embarrassed to say, when I'm not playing the Yankees, it's been about 30 years.
30 years. Wow. And what's your batting average?
I don't. I wish I knew.
He's an RBI of about 18, guys. That's
yes.
However, his art average is much better. It's getting great. And I tell you what, though, you've seen
steroids is a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Wow. Don't do drugs unless your doctor says so.
Yes, unless it's prescribed in California.
But it's great to finally have you on the show.
Thank you.
We want to talk about well, a little bit of everything since we got you here.
I'm embarrassed to say, but I was one of those kids that went to college, School of Visual Arts, and had worked on Haunted Mystery Tales and He-Man Mattel toys during college.
Okay.
And one of the reasons I dropped out of school is because I was already getting work while doing homework. So it felt odd to be on deadlines while actually doing schoolwork.
Well, what was your first major comic publication, or well, actually?
Well, I did House of Mysteries in '79-80 before I even got to college.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how many issues of that did? I mean,
well, up towards the tail end of the House of Mysteries, they canceled them in '79-80.
Right.
So that was the last few issues.
Now, is it as far as?
And those are my training days.
Okay. Well, as far as the medium goes, is it the comic book industry and the pen and ink, and is that your favorite type of work, or do you like painting and you do all that? Well, I mean, I've seen a lot of your things. You see the Vampirella picture behind us, or if you can't see it, it's there, guys. Get that in there. And there's a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah, this is like an oil painting with the Conan, acrylic painting, acrylics, watercolors. There's a watercolor page. It's a proposal for a Punisher in space that's coming out next year. Marvel will be announcing it. You guys actually get the first run. Marvel will be announcing this in Javison in October of 2010.
Also have a Thor cover there too.
Well, this is an approved Thor cover that I still have to color it up, but it's a one-shot. Paul Jenkins is writing it. The first time I've gotten a god of any kind, especially a Kirby god, up in Marvel. I'm usually tagged with Wolverine, Punisher, and Ghost Rider.
And you've done some beautiful covers and some interior work for those too. In the Marvel
but I want to draw more women. I love drawing women.
That was my next question. Now,
I did Vampirella for years with Harris.
What would be your favorite character that you've worked on?
That I've worked on? That's hard to say because there's so many different aspects of other favorites. Like, I love Ghost Rider because of that mix of Clint Eastwood and Terminator. The metallic robot, which is the skull part. Clint Eastwood approach, very dark, very, revengeful, yet, keeping a certain blade of vengeance as well in the character. So, but in Punisher, I love the idea that no matter what, like a lobster or like a camel that is just made to endure the hardships of life, Punisher is made to endure the sins of man. And no matter what happens, you can't kill him. It's almost like he's God's ultimate killing machine.
There you go.
And even though he wants to kill himself, the reason why he head in to a mafioso conference room and takes everybody out is he wants to kill him because he can't stand being without his family. But nature will not allow him to die. Because he has to right wrong.
His own death sentence that he just doesn't want to be around. But
he wants to die. He misses his family.
He might as well take care of business.
And he keeps testing the fate, and fate just won't let him die.
Now, are there characters that you?
But I have a ton of other characters. Yeah, I've never done Daredevil. Daredevil has eluded me. Thor has eluded me. I finally got Thor under my belt. Elektra, the Avengers. Although I did a Hulk Avengers an annual once. Hulk I've done a couple of times, so, but not that often. So there are many, many characters I haven't ever tackled. I haven't tackled Superman. I haven't tackled Batman, which is almost.
Have you done work for DC?
I started at DC.
Well, I mean, other than the House of Mystery, I mean, as far as superhero.
I followed Mike Grell on Warlord in '81. I was just out of college.
Okay.
I did the first Swamp Thing annual for DC with a movie, Adrian Barbeau.
Oh, the movies.
I did the comic book adaptation.
Okay.
That must have been 1920.
We have a book that that just come out.
Yes, The Art of.
And
And baseball scores.
with all the scores available, folks, batting average of 18. And, when did this when did this come out? Is this a
Just
brand new
this
book?
year,
This
yeah. We've been working on it.
So you can pick this
Well, I
up.
haven't been working on it. They've been working on it. I've been working on my thing.
EvaInc.com and you can get it.
You can get it through Vanguard Press online, or you can get it through Borders.
Oh, okay. Well, Borders carries.
They have it also. But you can't get it signed through Borders. You can only
No,
get it
you
signed.
can't get it signed.
You get it signed through Vanguard.
You have to actually try and find Mark at a convention.
And since I want to stay married, I'm doing very few shows this year, about 7, 8 shows a year.
There you go. And you also have another publication that's coming out, a sketchbook, Nightmares, and
Oh no, Punisher Nightmares is a 5-issue miniseries that's already finished. It's in the logs of
that's in the
Marvel.
works now. Okay.
It's finished.
Okay.
It's done. It's been colored. It's written by Scott Gimple, who's written for Flash Forward and Life for NBC, one of the TV series. And it's colored by Frank D'Armata, who colored some of the Death of Captain America's
Okay.
books, regular runs. Wonderful colorist. And pen and inked by me. And basically 5 issues. Punisher helps somebody, and lowly enough, never a good turn you'll never, what's that saying again? Something about a good turn, good favor turned bad. Never,
Okay.
That kind of thing. So, he's learned a lesson about being, learning to be less humanistic, less emotional about vengeance and throughout this whole thing. But it's a hard lesson to learn because Punisher still has a little feeling and realizes that he can't really rely on his humanistic feelings about other people because he has to really be cold about his judgments and as far as vengeance and helping people. So he's a New Yorker.
Well, of course. Aside from the books that we talked about, do you have any other projects that are coming out in the near future?
Well,
You're constantly doing stuff. I know that.
Punisher's basically going to be the rest of the year from 2010 to 2011. So we can pick up this conversation then.
Okay.
I should be wrapped up, but this first time they're allowing me to paint over nearly 100 pages. So it's going to take a long time. It might even go to 2 years. I hope it doesn't.
Okay.
It's not in the future. It's just an alternate future. I may even have to do sketches for the Avengers in the future in space. Of course, certain characters don't need costumes. Captain America may need to, but Thor doesn't. He goes into space, so so it's an off and on kind of thing.
Well, he has to wear something people know who he is. That's all.
That's all.
So as long as he's got those little circles on him, then
Yeah, I may be able to redesign the character Thor again.
There you go. And there's a man who could do it. That would be great. Well, you got to reinvent them every now and then, or throw people off guard a little bit.
You got to keep the original Kirby essence of the idea.
Sure.
I mean, there are certain nuances that are always the same.
Yeah. Throw a curve every now and then, though, to keep people on their toes.
Yes.
But anyways, you can check out. Do you have a website where people can see your artwork? Or
I'm on Facebook.
Facebook.
I got about 2,500 friends. Come on in.
All right. Very cool.
I post a new image up every other day. I haven't done it in days because of the con, but I'm going to get on tonight and post a bunch of photos and stuff. I love talking about the work and hearing from other people and get in touch with high school friends and fans.
Very cool. All right. Well, it was great getting you on the show.
Thank you.
Finally. It's been a while.
Thanks,
we
guys.
talked to Renee Witterstetter, who's going to be on the show a little bit later on, and and she's publicist for you and for Michael and a whole interesting thing here with the trifecta for you, the three of you guys. So stay tuned for that. And again, thanks for being on the show and sharing stuff. Check out, go and become a friend on Facebook.
Yeah.
See some of his some work that he's been doing, will be doing, and has done. Look for some stuff in the future here. The Punisher fully painted book, and
the
Thor's cover. We got all kinds of cool stuff.
I had all kinds of
the
stuff.
sketchbook, which just came out, so check that out. And thanks for being with us. We've got lots more coming up, so hang 10, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.
Thor.
Baseball.